Hello, everybody. My name is Gary Fowler, and it is great to be here today. I'm the CEO, co founder, and president of GSD Get Shit Done Venture Studios, a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. Love artificial intelligence and quantum computing. Been in technology over 35 years. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce, and also Eva.ai, an AI HR tech company, as well as 15 other startups. So, with that, today I'd like to introduce you to my good friend Ashissh. Ashissh is the founder and CEO of Scanbo, which is the next generation of point of care platforms. He's got a robust background all the way from Mumbai to Simon Fraser University and now to Vancouver, the beautiful, beautiful city of Vancouver, Canada. So, those of you who haven't been there, you ought to check it out. And with that, I'd like to bring Ashissh on board. Hi, Ashissh. How are you?
Good, Gary. How about you? How is your day so far?
Oh, my day's fantastic. It's my days go to nights, nights go to days. It's like, it's one big happy opportunity. I think that's part of the digital transformation, Ashissh. We're online so much. I feel like I'm glued to my chair.
Absolutely, but that's good part, and the bad part about that you're glued to your chair, so no physical activity.
Yeah, that's I do get out to ride my bike, and I did buy a massage chair for my desk chair, so I got two good things. Anyhow, I wanted to touch base. So, Ashish, tell us a little bit about it. So, you grew up in Mumbai. How did you go to Vancouver and to Simon Fraser University? Was it like one day you woke up and say, "I'm going to go to school in Canada"? How did that happen?
No, that did not happen like what you said. Uh, so when I started my graduation and mid of my graduation, I started going to my dad's business. That's where he realized that, I have big dreams. I want to achieve a lot in the life. And he told me it is good for you to migrate to some developed country where you can dream big and explore more opportunity. And I'm sure because you are hardworking, you will get it. And that's the day I decided that I want to move to US or Canada. And the easiest option for me that time was Canada and applied for PR. So I came on a
You
PR.
apply. What is it called? PR. What is that?
It's a permanent residence. It's
Ah, got it. Yeah, sure.
like a green card in US. So I came on PR. I got a job here on a contract, and after some while, um, I was being very, very fascinated by cloud technology in 2000, and I said, yeah, maybe a good idea for me to explore more. Started exploring what are the options, and the first option came to me was SFU. That's how I enrolled into SFU and got my uh, first PhD in cloud computing.
Wait a minute. You have how many PhDs do you have?
Two of them.
And what happened? Did you want to be called Doctor or what?
Yeah, you can call me Dr. Square.
Oh, that's amazing. Does Doctor Squared? Oh, so what are your PhDs in, Ashish?
So one is in the cloud computing on a software side, and the other one is on a predictive analysis, which is what we call today AI slash machine learning.
And so, which one do you like better?
I think I'm more inclined towards now AI and ML because I see how much I can do with that and how it's being exploring the world now and how it's making the world better.
Now, Ashish, how did you get two PhDs? Did you just was that one? Did you do them simultaneously, or did you do them serial or parallel? I mean, did you? We were saying, "Well, I want to study. It's kind of the same. I'll do both courses." How did that work?
Yeah, good question. People do ask me, how did you do that? We can't even finish one. So I was fortunate that my mentor was really, really, very helpful to me, and he did, Dr. Yang, he did help me out, saying that I think you have a good analytical skills, and I see the future is artificial intelligence and machine learning. And trust me, Gary, at that time. I never heard this word. And I said, what that means? He said, it's nothing. It's all about mathematics. He just simplified for me. And that's what I keep it today. Machine learning is nothing. It's just the analyzing the data, making it more readable. So that's where it started all, and I did it both together. But I was given a credit of 1.5 year because I was doing the other PhD. But it took a lot of my time because I was doing a job. With the job, I was doing my PhD together, and it screwed up my health even. I
Wow,
lost
what happened?
uh, I lost a lot of weight during that time because no schedule for eating, no schedule for sleeping. I used to reach back home around 11, 12 o'clock in the night and used to start my day again at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Uh, and no schedule for eating, drinking, even for breathing. So I got a lot of issues with my stomach. My stomach completely kind of tossed and got a acidity stroke, which many people don't even know about it. And what that means is, for at least for 6 months, I couldn't eat anything. I started throwing up. The moment I eat anything, I used to feel like throw. And then slowly, I started with liquids, uh, all the fresh liquids, and then started rebuilding my stomach line. But happy. I'm back to normal, although that still troubles me in day-to-day life. But I'm happy.
Well, that's amazing. And was it worth it from your standpoint? Was it worth going down through and doing the two PhDs? Would you do it again?
Uh, I wouldn't be doing it again just for taking the degree. My dad was very keen on me doing the higher education, and uh, he's the only guy whom I really take it very seriously. He's like everything to me, mentor, guide, my lifesaver. So just to make him happy, I did my PhD. But if given a chance, I would do more research on AI and ML for sure. And that was one learning lesson that helped me during my PhD. That keep your options open. You never know what's coming on your way. You never know what you're learning. And look at this way that today that AI and ML is helping me a lot in my current venture.
No, it's incredible, what's happening. What do you think, Ashish, in terms of unsupervised and semi-supervised machine learning? I know my partner David Yang, I also co-founded a AI company, but we're at the verge of something incredible. How far will unsupervised AI get? When will we be at the same amount of 60,000 complex transactions per day that the human brain? When will we get to that point, in your opinion?
Uh, I think overall, if you look at the last 3 years' progress, we have lot many development happen in the AI world, and especially with the CNN, neural networks, all of those. Um, I think it will take a bit of time for sure, maybe uh, a 1 decade. But I do see the fast development and fast speed up as happening towards that achieving that. But we are able to solve as of today while you and me are talking very complex problems. Look at this way that I have uh, what could be the best thing that I have 100 doctors' brain put together in one machine learning algorithm. Uh, not just
Ashish,
to
Ashish, I like the 100 doctors. The part of the challenge is I wouldn't want 100 hackers' brains put into one machine. You know what I mean? That's where do we go? You know what I mean? How do we develop empathy and compassion and do the right stuff? That's where the challenge is, right? This whole I've written a lot about emotion AI and compassion. Where does it? I hear you with the doctors. I hear you in a lot of places. In these not smart but intelligent assistants. these compassionate, kind of like your grandmother, right? That care about you, that have access to everything. But how do we, where do we go with it? Where does that line drawn, and how do we go down through and help humanity move forward like you're doing with Scanbo, rather than go down to the other side where we have all these negative consequences, if you will?
Good, good question and good point, Gary. I think I'm completely okay to say this, that we're never going to replace any physician for sure. Okay, that touch, that empathy, that human emotion will always be needed by you and me, because we all are a social animal at the end of the day. If you are being in a one room talking to no one for a one day, um, trust me, you will be the monster. Okay, but uh, yes, like I said, we will have all the 100 brains put together, to evolve and help these medical professionals achieve more in a less time. Um, Look at this way: the entire globe is having a ratio of a doctor to patient is huge. Whether it's, we talk about US, we talk about India, or we talk about Africa, or we talk about Canada. So that is the gap that I think will be filled up faster than ever before. That's a step one. And then at step two, maybe, like you said, we will start understanding that empathy, that emotion, that social connect, and put that into place. But I don't see, at any case or any given point of time, we can replace humans with machines. Of course, the repetitive job will be surely transferred, but I don't see that as happening in the healthcare for sure. Uh, even even the surgeries which is being done by a robot really needs that human touch. Uh, and if we miss out that, I don't know where we will head up.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I mean, think about this, Ashish. There's look at your world, Ashish. In your world, you have about 300,000 items in your personal cloud. The entire web in 1996 had 257,000 websites. You, Ashish, have more information in your personal cloud, the entire web. The challenge is that trajectory is the same as the web. What I mean by that is it's doubling every year. In 5 years, with the Internet of Things, you're going to have 10 million items. How many times, Ashish, in the last 3 weeks? I'm just curious. You're a really smart double PhD guy. Has somebody said, Ashish, I sent you an email. Did you get it? Where did you send it? I sent it to your email address. Which one? Yahoo. No, I sent it to Gmail. And then, when did you send it? A week and a half ago. Will you send it again? I can't find it. How many times has that happened, Ashish?
In last 3 weeks, maybe five times.
Now think about it. So the numbers doubling every year. So my thing is, we are in this state. I call it infobesity. How in the world, whether it's for Scanbo and medical diagnostics, point of care, machine learning, but when do we get to a point where we are able to take that information and to synthesize it enough so we can make decisions? Think about it. When are we going to come up with tools in our own world that we can access all these different data sources? I don't know if you're like me, but Telegram, WhatsApp, Slack, Facebook Messenger, Google Cloud, Google Drive, Dropbox Box, I got like 20 data sources. And the problem is, somebody says, I sent you something. Where? you know, and I don't look all the time.
And I completely agree, Gary. Uh, at some point of time, we need to get data um, from all over the source into one place. If you remember in 2007, 2008, when Facebook at the hype of the life cycle, um, that time we had Facebook, we had MySpace, we had LinkedIn, we also had Twitter, we had Gtalk, we had Yahoo, we had Hotmail, um, and we had multiple email addresses. And none of them you could open on a one window, one browser, right? You have to have a 30, 40 different stuff open. And I see that consolidation happen at some point of time in journey. And now again, we are back to that uh, all over the place. We have uh, I have today on my phone probably five chat uh, messengers uh, or chat applications: WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, and some of them will say, "Oh, you know what? Um, I'm only on WeChat. Can you connect me on WeChat?"
Yeah,
I'm
exactly. And that's the problem because people say, I'm only on WeChat connect you, but you're not checking it all the time. And they say, well, will you never answer me? Well, the problem is
correct.
I have no idea that you sent me something, right?
And and trust me, some of the platforms like I know doesn't give you the notification because uh, automatically those notifications are in the silent mode. And a normal user, like I'm a technical guy, you're a technical guy, we will go and we will set up that setting. But for a normal user, it's not there. So there
Ashish,
is a need.
Ashish, I'm not a technical guy. I'm a country boy from Pennsylvania that grew up on a farm. I'm not a technical guy. You're the technical guy. I'm just a country boy.
Okay, so just to clarify that, I'm also not the technical guy. I made myself a technical guy because I come up from a very humble businessman son, a traditionally cloth merchant. Uh, so I agree with you. But over a period of time, we both um evolved ourselves and we became technology understanding guys, right? So what I mean is, yes, in healthcare, even everything is um, everywhere. All your information is all over the place. I am more than happy to say that as a Scanbo, we are trying and working on it to consolidate that data and analyze that data for the better outcome. And I would say an early outcome rather than a better outcome. Because uh, trust me, Gary, we have technology in the place where we can detect early enough. And I'm saying early enough is 20 years, 30 years ahead of time to tell you that you are going to become a chronic patient. That's possible. That's doable as of now. But look at the world. The world is fancy around um, some of the media cover stuff and not worry about the people who are doing really good job. So, but
Well,
yes,
that's the other thing. So tell us about Scanbo. I have a lot of investors from all over the world, Ashish, startups for all over the world, that tune into my show. Tell us a little bit about where you're going and what's the state of Scanbo today, and how are you going to really, put a dent in the universe with Scanbo to make our lives help us live longer.
thank you, Gary. So SCANBO stands for Scan Your Body. That's the vision. That's the mission. We want to bring the medical diagnostic and especially the blood work to you. You don't have to travel to a lab to give your blood and get your test done and wait for 12 hours, 72 hours. In some cases, in advanced clinic like in US, they could do in 2, 3 hours, but still, it's a good amount of time that you invest. So we want to bring that to you so that you can get it done as and when you want it at the price that you can afford it and make it that data available to you anytime. That's the vision of Scanbo. We have beautifully launched uh, a small compact device which can capture 8 parameters right now, and that includes the basic as well as some of the blood. But over a period of time, we're adding more and more blood parameters. And we have another component to the entire platform is our artificial intelligence. So when we capture your data, we analyze that data and we give you abnormalities with that. And our first algorithm, which is being already launched, it's called ECG algorithm. So when you take an ECG on our device, which allows you without any electrodes, without any chemical, without any gel, it's a single lead ECG. And we are the few companies across the globe who has their own ECG algorithm, analyze that data, and we are able to predict 12 abnormalities right now, including AFib and sinus arrhythmia, and we adding 50 more in the coming year.
Wow, that's incredible. And so how are you do you have sales? What's going on with your sales, and what's the direction of the company?
So we have currently launched the product and platform in a couple of countries, including some of them in Africa, India. We do have traction. We do have paying customers. Our customers are more on a medical provider side, doctors, telehealth providers, um, community workers, some of the super specialists like cardiologists, diabetic clinics, and they are all happy. They are having everything under one roof. We do have some of the senior care service provider. So instead of carrying 4 or 5 devices, they just carry a single device and get their work done. And most important part is everything is uh, human, no human interference. So no entry or a human error or a fake data. We eliminate that too even. And pretty much everything is consolidated on a
Well, so tell
small.
us about the fake data. What would fake data be?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
You said you eliminate fake data.
That's correct.
So what
Uh,
is what do you mean by that?
So at the moment, if you look at, there are a couple of segments of customers who are really concerned about the fake data or fake identity, and one of them is insurance companies. So insurance companies across the globe are fighting with that fake identity, fake data. So what happens is when somebody puts that I want to take a insurance policy, they go through some paperwork process and they decide based on the data input by the person who wants to do the insurance, they decide what test to be done. Now, this test is being done either at home or in the lab. If it's done in the lab, that's perfectly fine because you still have a partial digital data. But if it's done at home, people do sometimes do an entry for a fake data. So your blood pressure is not your blood pressure, but your blood pressure is somebody else's blood pressure. The other thing is when the staff or nursing patient who or a nursing staff who goes to the home for measuring this parameter, they tend to do the mistake, a data entry mistake. So that falls under the fake identity or fake data, and that caused the insurance companies tons of money for the claim because wrong data entered, fake identity instead of Gary, somebody else's data is being captured because that data is normal, that blood pressure is normal. So we handle that. We handle because it's our platform is a digital platform. You can capture the video, upload that video, and the data is entered without any human interference. So
Wow,
that is
that's
one.
incredible, Ashish. So, do you have any sales? Where are you with sales right now?
So we have 100 plus paid subscription. We don't sell the device. Our devices are available on a subscription basis, so you don't pay for capex or opex, and that's kind of a more of a like a pay as you go model. So we have 100 plus pay as you go subscriber. We have 42,000 tests being performed so far, 13,000 registered patients, and also 18,000 glucose strips are being sold so far. And ECG algorithm, which we launched it in first version in March and second in June. So far, we have almost like 500,000 ECG algorithm requests from the our beta launch. So we're doing good,
No.
and we have tons of inquiries.
And what about your expansion plans? What do you plan to do? How do you? It sounds like something everybody needs, right? You hear about it in the U.S. You heard about Europe, Africa. I mean, this is really telemedicine on steroids. What are your expansion plans like, and when are you going to get there?
So Gary, we're raising funds now because we want to get our US FDA done. And once we do the US FDA, then pretty much entire globe opens for us. And like you said, uh, our platform is a need for everybody, whether it's a telehealth provider who is sending a base unit with 5, 6 devices to their subscriber, they can be our customer. Insurance companies, they can be our customer, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in US. So that's our topmost priority. And of course, in terms of expansion, we are already in some of the Southeast Asian countries. We are expanding it to Africa. And we have 15 plus conversations across the globe whom we are partnering with.
No, that's fantastic. So, viewers, Scanbo rocks. Ashish has nailed it with machine learning, and really, this is the way the world's going to be. Look at our population increases. It's forecasted we're going to live to 150 years. I was working on a project with some of my MBA students, with some professors and students from Stanford. At that time, it was 125, but technology, just like yours, Ashish, are going to help us to be able to predict what kind of challenges we're going to have, and more importantly, how we need to be able to cure them. So it's fantastic what you're doing. I love it. I love artificial intelligence and machine learning, and so I appreciate that. We're coming to the top of the hour. Closing thoughts, and how do investors and how do other startups, entrepreneurs reach out to you?
Uh, they can reach out to me on a LinkedIn. My profile is very simple, Ashish Raichura. They can also email me, ashishRaichura@scanbo.com. Anytime, anyone who feels to uh, change the medical diagnostic world, able to help us in reaching it to more people, strategic partners, uh, advisors, mentors across the globe, feel free, join us in disrupting this medical diagnostic and especially blood work.
No, it's great. So, audience out there, how do they reach you? What's the best way to get a hold of you, Ashish?
They can reach me on email, LinkedIn, both of them. I am all the time available on both this, and I am mostly prompt in reply, uh, unless I'm stuck in something, but I'm mostly prompt in my reply.
No, it's great. And what's your email address? What email address to reach out to you?
Do you want me to put it on chat or just
No, no,
say
what is it? Just if you can just say it.
it's ASHISSHRAICHURA at SCANBO.com. So Ashish Raichura at scanbo.com.
Sounds great. And check out his website, incredible technology. Incredible guy, is really on the forefront of helping us live longer through identification and also corrective action. My name's Gary Fowler. It is great that you're here today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, Ashish. Thanks for introducing us to Scanbo. To my audience out there, we want to live longer, we want to live better, and more importantly, we want to live healthier. So stay tuned. My next show will be on Thursday. Another exciting edition of GSD Presents Silicon Valley AI and Tech. And my name is Gary Fowler, and I'm your host. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.